Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so I've decided that I am going to add on to our fuel tanker, and hopefully this isn't going to be too long of an episode. I will be docking and everything else in this episode, so we'll see how far we can get. Hopefully this thing doesn't fall apart on me. It looks like it's a very promising run, so yeah, I mean, wow. It's like barely even climbing right now. It's such a heavy payload. But yeah, I've been having some fun with, Don't Starve and everything else. And, good question for you guys. If you guys would like to see me play it, I think I'm going to start uploading footage anyways, but, you know, if you guys would like to see some videos on that game, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. You know, I'm having a little bit of fun with it. I figured out, you know, between watching like Yogscast Sips and a few different people, you know, kind of how to really play the game. You know, to me, it's almost like Minecraft and how it works. And wow, I still have fuel and basically all of these. It looks like, wow. But yeah, no, I've been kind of figuring out how the game works and all that good stuff. You know, it's been a little funky, but I'm probably going to upload footage of Don't Starve before I even upload this video. I don't know. It just really depends. But yeah, I don't know if I covered the episode 80 though, but yeah, I ended up uploading that footage kind of stupidly, but you know, not many more mistakes will be made, hopefully. You know, I think I misspelled the title card, too. I don't know. Somebody will have to check for that. I think I spelled refueling wrong, but, you know, we'll just keep that between us, you know, because I like you. Yeah, so let's get this freaking behemoth piece into space. Oh my god, what am I doing? This is just like I sometimes question how it is I do some of these things myself, just because it's just a little out there with some of my designs. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say I come up with the craziest things, but my god, this thing is huge. You know, having this much fuel is pretty much gonna guarantee that, like, I'm pretty much good on the whole, you know, putting fuel, you know, refueling stuff. You know, right now, afterwards, I'm just gonna launch my single engine piece, and that will be, I'll call it a day, basically, after that. You know, and the single engine piece is probably going to be it's probably going to be either 4 or 5 nuclear engines, and that's it. You know, once again, this thing isn't going to be, it's not going to be like intensely, you know, it's going to be a very huge ship, but at the same time, it's probably going to be the biggest ship I've ever made, but you know, I'm probably going to keep it kind of at an orbit like where these satellites all are, you know, 850, something like that, just because of the sheer size of it and everything else. Okay, so I think we've passed our orbit already, and I think I'm going to, once I get this thing into a good orbit, I am going to go to the tracking station and I'm going to cancel a flight just because it's bothering me. And I mentioned it before in the last episode, and I don't really ever delete any of my flights, not unless if I really have to. So this one is going to have to go. It's in orbit, kind of along the same plane as all this other stuff. So that is going to be my first order of business before anything else is done. Now, where is it? I think it is called the Minmus Base Fuel. Yeah, there we go. Can I just click on it? And yeah, no, it's not going to do that for me. Now, yeah, I mean, I've been having some fun, though. I mean, let's... Or Don't Starve has been kind of taking up some of my time. Alright, what is this? Okay, yeah. That is another thing I can get rid of, too. But I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, I basically got frustrated. And, was like, yeah, I'm just gonna launch something into orbit, and I'm gonna... Wait. What is it doing? Is it just... Yeah, I just launched something into orbit, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to play or do anything with this. Just launch it into orbit and forget about it. Yeah. So, alright, how much fuel do we have on this thing? Right, there's a good amount of fuel on this thing, but I am going to get rid of it. Yeah. Go back to the tracking station, and then get back onto our... Wow. Oh my god. Get back into our main mission, which is going to be docking this thing up. Hopefully we don't have any problems. It's just, you know, my god. This is just... It's going to be all of this section here. I mean, for you guys who haven't, or just tuning in, or, you know, whatever. Alright, let's see. Kerbal tanker. Can I even set that as a target, please? Or is it going to be difficult? Wow, that thing is moving very fast. Is it on time warp? It's like just zooming along. I'm so used to things not moving so fast. Alright, so I don't want to waste too much time on this. I'm going to have to go to the descending and ascending nodes here. That's going to be my first order of business. And I know that they're pretty much good right now, but I want it to be really, really good. So I think that's the wrong way. Yes. Yeah, descending and ascending nodes when you guys are docking, you know, for those of you who can't really dock or don't know how to dock, you want to make sure those are almost perfect. It doesn't have to be, like, spot on, but, you know, get them relatively close, because the further away you move from your actual node, the further away, like, if this node is here, that means there's a 0-0 difference at that specific area, but like out here it might be a little bit different. It might be a little bit further. It's not going to be perfect 0-0 there either. So you always want them to be, you know, even if you have it like at a -1, or, you know, the further away they are, it's generally not a good... Dauge. Once again, Dauge making his cameo in every video. Refuel mission. What is that? I'm gonna have to look up what that even is, to be honest, because I don't know. I am really just out of it right now to know what some of these things are. Why is there a refuel mission right here? Yeah. Wow. Oh, man. There's things I've launched and I just don't even remember. Such a great thing, isn't it, guys? Yeah. Definitely gonna have to go through and do some cleaning up, I guess. Alright, see what that's at now, because this engine is so overpowered, it's insane. Having to do an ascending node, having to do a burn with a freaking mainsail, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Alright, now how are we going to go about doing this? I usually like it when these things are closer together. If I do a burn and knock this down just a little bit. Wow. How much correction am I gonna have to do if I do something like that? You know, it's maneuvers like this that always kind of come back and bite you. But this might actually kind of work out in our favor just a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Alright, what's that at? 5? I don't know. I'm not liking how far away I'm getting with some of these dockings that I've been doing. They're not very that good. You know, compared to when I used to dock before, I used to be able to get stuff within like 1 kilometer. And that is just amazing. When you can pull off something like that, it's just amazing because docking is so much easier the closer, you know, if you don't have to do any other real correctional burns and stuff like that, it's so much easier. You know, you just have you have a much better time at doing it. So, and that's what she said. But yeah, I don't know what refuel mission is. That might be something that I just kind of left into orbit and I totally forgot. Pretty much probably is, so. Alright, 11, 10. Doing a burn with a mainsail. Silly, silly business. Alright, uh-oh, come on. Decouple that. Go, 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 go. Oh my god. RCS, come to the rescue. Mainsail. Wow, we probably just threw off like everything too. Whatever. Try to knock it back. There we go. Alright. See what we get. Wow, oh my god, I probably threw him off completely. Yup. Alright, turn on RCS. Wow, that wasn't even that was like complete noobness at its finest. Alright, time warp in 1 second. There we go. There we go. Wow, that's actually looking pretty good now. Just put that there. Whoa, my god. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've docked stuff. You know, I know we docked stuff in our last episode, but, you know, the time difference between when I dock stuff and everything else, whoa, 3.9 is the best it's gonna get, so whatevs. Let's get this thing out here, and we'll call it a day once we get this thing docked up. I'm not going to like docking on the dark side, but, you know, whatever. We'll figure it out. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm like the freaking master at docking stuff now, so we'll see what happens. Alright, it's getting close. A little too close. Alright, now it's time to start that amazing burn right now before I end up passing the target. Which I'm flying by right now. Hey there, yeah. I should burn some RCS just to, yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up flying past this guy. I wish I could time warp while I'm burning my engines, but it just doesn't let me do those kinds of things. So, whatever. Once again, hopefully it doesn't look like it's too bad. I didn't miss my mark too much, but it's going to be a little bit of a hike to get back. So I'm going to push this down that way a little bit, so we're moving kind of away from the target. So once I start my burn down here, I'm just going to start heading straight at it. Alright, there we go. Perfect. It's completely dark, and I don't see anything, so I'm sure that that's going to really help me out later. Yeah, let's get the RCS on, and I think I do gotta do some corrections here. But, yeah, Don't Starve is... It almost gives me that nostalgic, like, Minecraft feel to the game. And I don't know if any of you ever played it before, But yeah, it's very much a nostalgic kind of game, in my opinion. It gives me that feeling like Minecraft, but it's just, it's like Minecraft, but it's not. So, it's definitely something interesting. I can say that much about it. All right. Yeah, let's get some sun on this subject, because I don't see anything. I don't care if the target is moving away from me. Yeah, I just can't see anything. Alright, we gotta get closer to it, because I don't know what's going on, but it's like the opposites are, it's like they're repelling each other almost. Once again, I'm pretty good at docking. I don't see what my problem is right now. So, just cancel that out again. It's almost like this thing has RCS on or something, and it's just kind of pushing itself into all kinds of wonkiness. So I'm gonna overshoot a little bit and aim a little bit ahead of it, I guess. I think that's going to be ahead of it. Alright. Yeah, this is just creating all kinds of problems right now. I don't know what's going on. This is really funky to me, because I don't normally have problems like this with docking. I guess it's just, I'm not used to Kerbal docking, but, whatever. I just gotta get close enough to it. That's the main problem. Just aim for it. I think I'm just gonna do one massive burn right for it. That way I can just kind of beeline right at it. Hopefully that kind of solves this dilemma. Docking Dilemma. That's probably the name of the episode. Alright. Swing around, you behemoth ship. Oh my lord. Docking like a noob. There we go. There we go. There we go. Whoa. Swing around again. You are moving away from the target. Stay on target. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's like some kind of other active force on this ship. Something crazy going on here, because I'm not used to having these kinds of problems with docking. So, it's always something new that I learn that is just kind of like the weird, crazy world of Kerbal Space Program and docking, or doing anything in this game that remotely resembles docking, or just doing anything that will increase functionality of specific things or whatever. It's always some kind of a dilemma. I considered adding solar panels to it. Maybe a few of you have said something, but yeah, I just kind of gave up on that idea. It's kind of a pipe dream, the ion power stuff, a little bit, in my opinion. It doesn't really seem to work so well. I'm going to turn on chase cam. That way I can orientate the ship. Alright, what's going on here? I can say it's not very stable. So, alright, we need to slow down that way. And alright, yeah, this is working out pretty well, I think. This is actually working out very well, because the docking ports are right here. I thought it was going to be someplace different. Alright, so we need to get down right here. That is just, I still get like in awe, like just looking at Kerbin when you're just above the planet and you're just in orbit or whatever you're doing. It is just some of the nicest scenery I think I've ever seen in a game, even if it's not really that, there's not, the graphics aren't really that great, but it's just, when you see something like that, like, I would love to be in space and be in, like, on an EVA and just see all of that in person. It's got to be, like, probably the nicest, most beautiful view you think any person could possibly ever see. So, it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to think that we've done all this stuff in real life. I mean, not building a fuel tanker, obviously, but just to be in orbit and, be able to see all these things. It's got to be one of the greatest experiences you could ever have in your life. I mean, one of my major things I think would be just absolutely amazing is to go on a suborbital flight, or, ride like the Vomit Comet or something. Maybe if one point in my life I make enough money, I have enough money left over from something or whatever, or if one year my tax return is really good, I would really love to even just go on the Vomit Comet just to simulate gravity. I think that would just be amazing. I even told my girlfriend about it. I'm like, yeah, we should go on the Vomit Comet. Yeah, you're totally coming. She's like, yeah, I think I'll have to respectfully decline. I'm like, no, you can't. Sorry. Because if you plan on marrying me or being with me, expect all kinds of nerdy space stuff. For as much as you really like space, I love it. I think it was hard just to give, for her to understand the idea of me playing Kerbal Space Program all the time. Especially when she's over here, and I'm like, yeah, hold on, I'm just docking something real quick. Where's my, there we go. Wow, I think this is gonna go pretty well. I just think I'm going to aim this thing up a little bit better. Now, this stuff I normally don't record, and I didn't ever record it before, was mainly because my frame rate would be so horrible right now that it just was like, it was just absolutely horrible to even watch. I mean, just doing it alone was like the biggest pain. When I built, because I've never built a I guess a mega ship since I got my new computer, so I don't really know how this thing's going to fare as far as in the construction phase, because the construction phase was probably the hardest thing to do. So we'll see what happens with this. Get these things close, because it's pretty much as lined up as it's going to be right now. And slow it down. Now, what you want is to get all four of these to connect on the first time, and just pray that all four of them got connected. It looks like this one did not connect, and this one did. Yeah, alright, so we got 3 out of 4. And my god, that thing is huge already. And she definitely said that. Wow. I'm going to quick save. When, some good tips, alright, right now. Alright, this thing's docked up perfect right now. I mean, for the most part. I'm not going to transfer out any RCS tanks, any fuel. There's no point in doing any of that. Let's check the battery. The good old battery. Alright, everything's good. Yeah, because I just have these four, the whatever, radioscope, I just call them thermal gens. I only have 4 of those on this entire ship, and I don't plan on adding any other power sources, so I just want to make sure. But one really good tip I guess I could give you guys right now, if you guys are ever plan on constructing one of these things, is basically to once you get these things lined up like this, go into the, oh god, wow, that is pretty nasty, I do have to say. Go into time warp, which, wow, it just really looks disgusting on time warp once it gets back out. So what you want to do is start undocking parts of the ship, and what this will do is it will help you line it up later again. So you can see it just went and redocked itself again, and it looks like 2 of them are now docked and 1 of them isn't. So I'll undock this one, turn on time warp, turn it off, and try one more time. So SAS is on this, and on this piece it is not, so we need to turn that on as soon as possible. And you know, I might end up having to go back into time warp again, but oh god, what did I just do? No, what you want to do is just line them up the best you can. That's all I can really say, is just really try to line them up, because chances are it's just not gonna work. Like, lining these things up is like the hardest thing to do, especially docking 4 is just intense. Like, on the amount you really gotta line up everything, it just doesn't work out in your favor a lot of the times. So I'm just gonna let this thing just kind of dance around for a second, that way it kind of cancels out all that freaking lateral motion and everything else. And then I'll switch craft and set this thing as a target again. And it's probably floating away from us. I'm going to dock it up just one more time and try. Afterwards, if you know, nothing comes of it, I will just kind of call the episode there, because I don't want this thing to run on too long. It already is getting kind of long, but yeah, I don't want you guys to sit here for like 20 minutes watching me try to dock something up. So we'll see what we can get here. Alright, that's docking with these things. Once again, it's pretty intense. That's all I can say. It's just incredibly intense, and it's always frustrating beyond belief to try to get 4 docking ports to agree to all dock up at the exact same time. Why is this wow. Alright. Yeah, that just seems weird to me. What's going on? Let's start moving in closer. It seems like we're a little high, and that's just me, but I think that has to do with the fact that Alright, I'm going to back off here for a second, and I'm going to set this as a target. That will probably give me a more accurate... Yep, I knew we were a little high. So, alright, we gotta move down. Wow. Yeah, come on. Come on, come on, come on. We gotta be quick about this. We're moving at our target. Come on. Come on, Kerbal. Well, I should say this is a robot, so wow. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm sorry if you guys don't like this episode, but, you know, I kind of want to document some of this stuff, because I figure it would be good for anybody to use, because mostly I don't really see any of it on anybody ever really doing any footage of stuff like this. So, all right, we need to go down, 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 please. All right, the docking port should grab. Yes, it did. Now, I don't think I got a solid connection again there, but we'll see. All right, that's good, and that's good, and that's good. Now, also, I want to mention this. If you don't have these docking ports all lined up, what ends up happening is when you get to the end of your construction phase of your ship, you know, when you get down to the back and just putting your engine on, what ends up happening is your engines won't work all correctly. Like, you'll say you have 5 engines, 3 of them will work and 2 of them won't for some reason, or 4 of them will work and 1 of them won't. Don't ask me why. It's just some kind of strange, crazy thing that just doesn't work out correctly. I have no idea why at all. It's just the weirdest thing to me. And you just want to make sure these things are all docked up perfectly. That's all I can say. Get them docked up perfectly, and everything on your ship will work perfectly. But if you don't, then that's kind of your problem, bud. So, let me put the rest of this fuel in there and push all this out, and then we'll decouple, and then we'll see what our fuel capacity is going to be. It's probably going to be something crazy, so there we go. Don't need you anymore. And this thing's going to be so maneuverable, too. It's just, I find this kind of silly how maneuverable it is for being such a big freaking behemoth. I'm probably just bleeding away the RCS right now, but I don't really care. Yeah, so our fuel storage is 23,000, and I think that's sufficient because I plan on adding more fuel storage to the Moon Fuel Depot, so we'll see what we can get. All right, now I'm going to refuel all these things. All right, I'm just gonna bump up all the fuel so that I can see how much I actually got on here. But yeah, anyways, guys, you know, thank you for watching. If you like what you see here, subscribe. If you have any questions about docking and stuff like that, let me know. And yeah, check out the Facebook, Twitter. I don't know if I just said that, but whatever. Anyways, I will see you next time.